Hello and welcome to the lesson Fibonacci all around us. Today I am going to show you how present Fibonacci numbers and the golden ratio can be found everywhere around us. So let's start with you and me first. People who are proportionally and nicely built have precisely these proportions of their body. For example, from their feet to the belly button and from the belly button to the top of their head, they have the ratio of 1.618 to 1. The same proportion can be found in the human hand. The ratio from the tip of the fingers to the joint of the hand and from the joint of the hand to the elbow is 1 to 1.618. Fibonacci sequences are found in the proportion of bones in the human hand. The ratio of the length and width of the head in many good-looking people is 1 to 1.618. Dentists have noticed that these proportions appear in people with perfect smiles, so they started making dentures in the same proportion. Some of the most beautiful buildings have been built in accordance with the golden ratio as well. Even the great artist Leonardo da Vinci painted his Mona Lisa in accordance with these proportions. The number of petals in a flower often corresponds to the Fibonacci numbers 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, and so on. Another example is the spreading spiral of a snail. Every next circle is approximately 1.618 times bigger than the previous one. What is interesting is that this proportion can be also found in hurricanes and galaxies. Scientists have found Fibonacci sequences even in the human DNA. Okay people, I'm not that type of scientist and I don't study Fibonacci in that way, but I find these things very interesting to me, and if you like them too, you can find a lot of such material on the internet. In the next few minutes, I would like to show you just a small part which was most interesting to me.
Why should the spiral shape of the nautilus shell be so similar to the spiral of a galaxy? Or the spiral found in a sliced open head of cabbage?
If you look at nature, there are numbers all around us. Look at flowers, for example. So there are many flowers that have 3 petals like this, or 5 like this. Some of them may have 34 or 55. These numbers occur very often.
These may sound like random numbers, but they're all part of what is known as the Fibonacci sequence, a series of numbers developed by a 13th century mathematician. Today, hundreds of years later, this seemingly arbitrary progression of numbers fascinates many, who see in it clues to everything from human beauty to the stock market.
For instance, if you look at the bottom of a pine cone, you will see often spirals in their scales. You end up counting those spirals. You will usually find a Fibonacci number, and then you will count the spirals going in the other direction, and you will find an adjacent Fibonacci number.
Take, for example, the sunflower. The display of its florets are in perfect spirals of 55, 34, and 21. The sequence of Fibonacci. The sequence of Fibonacci. The sequence of Fibonacci. Buds on trees, sand dollars, starfish, petals on flowers are formed with this exact same blueprint. This sequence, or blueprint, appears to be the trademark of a designer, a proof of a creator.
Also known as the golden mean, the divine proportion is a mathematical formulation exhibited in everything from the double helix of DNA.
The DNA molecule, the code for life, is made up of 2 intertwining spirals. We find the 0.618 ratio between the helix's width and cycle length.
Okay, it regards 2 documentaries on YouTube. As you can see, there is a whole science behind these numbers. In case you're wondering, why am I even showing you these videos, and if they have anything to do with the stock market? Well, they most certainly do. On the stock market, Fibonacci is thought to be a psychological tool, and it is incredible how often the price makes a turn at one of Fibonacci levels. Those numbers and ratios, which are found everywhere around us, even within us, can also often be found in the ratio of price movements on the market. So before you begin using Fibonacci to analyze price movements on Forex, it is necessary to comprehend what stands behind this truly powerful tool. Okay, next lesson we shall be dealing with the main Fibonacci levels and where they originate from. See you!